Hiring? Aren't you tired of hoping the right candidates see your job posts and apply? It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. That's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Instead of waiting for great candidates to find you, ZipRecruiter finds qualified candidates for you and invites them to apply.
She was 15, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you want to buy this gun?
You really can't come in today? Is any non-virgin shop here? I don't know. Does that count if they're ugly? I'll call you back.
Where's the Al-Qaeda shirts?
Hey guys, need help with anything? Like mentally? Oh, sorry. You can't eat that in here. What's gonna happen?
I don't know. Store policy.
Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Just finish it at Chipotle.
You expect me to finish all this in one sitting? I'm not some fat country-bred bitch with built-in water wings.
Okay, I can't say all that.
I told you they wouldn't let you bring it in.
What are you doing?
What's it look like?
You can't smoke in here either. What kind of emo plantation is this? Fuck it, let's go.
This is discrimination. Don't think you heard the last of me, bitch.
God, why is my manager never here?
Hi, little Mrs. Creature, nice to meet you. Shall we start a war?
Come on, everybody needs Percocet.
Well, I do manage a Walden Books.
Exactly. You're not fucking anytime soon.
Okay, deal. But only 'cause you're really pretty.
Yeah, I know. So $20 then?
Do you have any Japanese Pokemon cards?
Kid, I'm kinda in the middle of something.
So, no Japanese Pokemon cards?
You want your V card in Japanese too?
I hope I find my dog.
Jesus Christ, I'm looking at Craigslist gigs just to buy a belt. Would the Craigslist killer still kill me if he was gay? I hope he's gay.
Oh, my dog's dead.
What?
Yeah, we need you to come in tomorrow. I'm just kind of fucked up.
But tomorrow's my day off. Oh. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, you're still up. No, just streaming.
What about a gum rental business? Why would you rent gum? I can return that.
Exactly. Stop charging them more if they bought their own.
You might need some work.
Yeah, I need some work. How the hell did you make $1,000 without committing a felony?
Why does every art store smell like a hospital with crayons?
Oh yeah, wait, what if I drew caricatures for people?
Bitch, you can't even draw.
I could learn. Drawing's only hard if you're some fucking loser who works at a place like this. Bring that up for me.
She has Tourette's.
Working on Saturday.
Burrito Bones drop it! Fuck hot topic! Burrito Bones drop it! Fuck hot topic!
Are you serious?
Should have thought twice before denying us human rights.
Human rights? Because you can't eat Chipotle in here?
That's just like $7. You expect me to throw it out?
That's less than the poster you made me complain about it. Really? Imported all the way from Italy? Bitch, hell yeah. In the flavor of child labor. What? No. Oh, damn. You broke it, you bought it.
We interrupt this program. The federal government has issued the following national emergency message. This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack. we interrupt this program. The federal government has issued the following national emergency message. This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against this country has been detected and that protective action should be taken immediately. Important instructions will follow in 30 seconds. This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against this country has been detected and that protective action should be taken immediately. This is a national emergency message. All broadcast stations shall broadcast this national emergency message. This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the United States government to participate in the emergency alert system serving the Chicago metropolitan area. During this period, many radio stations will remain on the air broadcasting news and official information for their assigned areas. This station will remain on the air and will serve the Chicago metropolitan area. If you are not located in the Chicago metropolitan area, you should now tune your radio to other stations until you hear one which is broadcasting news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Chicago metropolitan area. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against this country has been detected and that protective action should be taken immediately. This is a national emergency message. All broadcast stations shall broadcast this national emergency message. This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the United States government to participate in the emergency alert system serving the Chicago metropolitan area. During this period, many radio stations will remain on the air broadcasting news and official information for their assigned areas. This station will remain on the air and will serve the Chicago metropolitan area. If you are not located in the Chicago metropolitan area, you should now tune your radio to other stations until you hear one which is broadcasting news and information for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Chicago metropolitan area. Please stand by for a message from the President of the United States. The President or his designated representative is not available at this time. Do not turn off your device. Important updates and instructions will follow. Attention, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against the United States has been detected. Hundreds of ICBM launches have been detected from the Russian Federation and China, and more are likely to follow. These missiles are carrying nuclear warheads and are on a path towards Western Europe and the United States. These missiles take about 35 minutes to reach their targets after launch. About 30 minutes remain in this cycle. All citizens of the United States must seek shelter immediately. If you can get to a fallout shelter within 15 minutes, go there now. You can identify these shelters with the fallout shelter symbol, consisting of a circle made of 3 yellow and 3 black triangles. If you cannot locate a fallout shelter or cannot get there within the next 15 minutes, go to a basement, cellar, or other type of underground shelter. If no basement or underground shelter is available, go to the most interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Reinforced concrete structures are preferable. Stay away from outside walls and windows. Close all doors to prevent the spread of fires. Get under a sturdy object such as a heavy piece of furniture. If you are in a vehicle and within 5 minutes of your destination, continue to your destination and seek shelter there. If you are more than 5 minutes from your destination, pull over to the side of the road and seek shelter where you are. Park your car in a manner that will not obstruct traffic. If you are caught outside with no shelter, take cover in a ditch, storm drain, behind a tree or wall, or any other cover you can find. Some shelter is better than none. If caught in the open, lie down and cover your head and neck with your hands. Try to cover exposed flesh to prevent burns. Do not look at the flash, as doing so can cause temporary or permanent blindness. Stay calm. Do not panic. Panicking will only make the situation worse and will endanger the lives of yourself and those around you. Stay calm, stay where you are and do not attempt to evacuate. If you are located in a large city, near a military base or industrial area, you are at elevated risk of attack. There is not enough time to evacuate major cities. If you attempt to evacuate, you may be caught in the open during impact, where you will be exposed to the full force of the fireball, blast, and radioactive fallout. A vehicle offers little fallout protection. Remember, do not look at the flash, and do not attempt to evacuate. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against the United States has been detected. All citizens of the United States must seek shelter immediately. Remember the four effects of a nuclear detonation: flash, heat, blast, and fallout. Upon detonation, there will be an extremely bright flash emanating from the nuclear fireball. Do not look at the flash, as it can cause temporary or permanent blindness. Afterwards, a searing wave of heat radiating from the fireball will cause third-degree burns and set fire to flammable objects for many miles from ground zero. To avoid this heat, stay away from outside sources of light. Then, the blast wave will hit. Depending on your location, damage from the blast pressure and intense wind can cause damage as light is blown out windows up to collapse structures. For maximum blast protection, stay on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from outside walls and windows. Cover your head and neck with your hands to protect yourself from flying debris. After the blast, fallout will be present. Fallout occurs when a nuclear explosion occurs near or at ground level. Fallout is highly radioactive and deadly. Exposure to fallout will cause radiation sickness and death. Fallout is formed when a nuclear explosion vaporizes tons of earth, which is made radioactive and falls out of the mushroom cloud. This radioactive dust can travel for hours and miles, so all citizens of the United States must seek shelter to protect yourself from fallout. Fallout will take about 30 minutes to arrive to most listeners. Although fallout may appear as dust, radiation itself can only be detected with a Geiger counter. Radiation is invisible, has no taste, has no smell, cannot be felt and cannot be heard. Symptoms of radiation poisoning include headaches, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, loss of hair, unexplained bruises and burns on the skin, bleeding from all orifices, cognitive impairment, delirium, incapacitation, seizures, coma, and death. To protect yourself from fallout and radiation sickness, use these three methods: distance, mass, and time. First, move to a fallout shelter. If one is not available, move to the room furthest away from outside walls and windows on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Second, use mats to block out radioactive particles. Construct an inner core or refuge by using heavy objects and furniture such as a strong desk or table. Stack as much material on top of it as it can safely hold, and stay under it. Use tape or damp towels to block the cracks on all doors and windows. The more mass between you and the outside world, the better off you will be. Third, wait it out. Fallout will be most lethal in the first 48 hours after the attack, but will be dangerous for at least 2 weeks unless an all clear is given. Stay in your shelter for at least 2 weeks. If you are forced to leave your shelter, find a new one immediately. Cover your skin, mouth, eyes and nose to prevent inhaling or ingesting fallout. Stay tuned. Do not turn off your device. We will now turn to updates from WGN 720 serving the Chicago metropolitan area.
Like a Hindu do a cobra. In my pimp cup, I got mine with my lobster from Nova Scotia. These suckers be killing me. Got my name in they.
This is Judy Hsu with ABC 7 flying over Chicago. Yes, literally anywhere else. Just get us out of here. Again, this is Judy Hsu with ABC 7 in Chicago. And wow, just look at that. If you're just joining us just minutes ago, we were interrupted by the emergency alert system and hundreds of nuclear missiles are on their way to the United States. It'll be only 20 minutes until they get here. This doesn't appear to be a false alert, as social media is being flooded with images of missiles taking off across the Great Plains, and jets and bombers are scrambling to take off from air bases all over the country. We don't know where the reportedly hundreds of nuclear missiles on their way towards the U.S. will strike, but we're not sticking around to find out. We're leaving Chicago, and it looks like millions of other people are trying to as well. Of course, the emergency alert system told people not to evacuate, but based on the chaos of cars and mobs overrunning the parking lots below, we'd say people aren't listening. Dear God, that SUV just drove through 10 people. We don't know what it's like in other cities, but as you can see here, cars are just overrunning the on-ramps to the Kennedy. Reports of looting are coming in. Yeah, no shit, look at it. And many roads are coming to a standstill as people try to flee cities all over the country. We're now going to read a message from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. In violation of government orders, it has been reported that many are attempting to evacuate. Evacuation is not recommended due to the short period remaining until the missiles strike. Numerous crashes have been reported. If you are attempting to evacuate, please obey all traffic laws. Reckless driving puts you and other people at risk and will impede both emergency response and evacuation efforts. Once again, do not attempt to evacuate. Seek shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy building instead. Updates on traffic conditions are available. Heavy congestion has been reported on roads up and down the country. Yeah, no shit. In Chicago, numerous crashes have occurred near the Austin Boulevard exit on the Eisenhower Expressway. As you can see with that massive pileup. Tailbacks are growing past 1 mile long, and cars are currently being abandoned en masse. The Kennedy Expressway between Eden Split and Interstate 190 is at a standstill. People are driving on the wrong side of the roads to try to get around the crashes and congestion. And on some highways, cars are crossing over into oncoming traffic to try to bypass the traffic. We will now read a message from the Illinois Department of Transportation. Do not drive on the Kennedy or Eisenhower Expressways. Driving on these roads is impractical and will threaten your safety. If you are able to, exit the expressway and seek shelter. Many crashes have been reported on the southbound Dan Ryan. Once again, do not attempt to evacuate. Instead, seek a fallout shelter or go to the innermost room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. If caught outside, seek cover behind a wall, tree, or ditch. Cover your head and neck with your hands to avoid injury.
Has issued the following national emergency message. This is an attack warning. Repeat, this is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against this country has been detected and that protective action should be taken immediately. This is a national emergency message. All broadcast stations shall broadcast this national emergency message. This station has interrupted its regular program at the request of the United States government to participate in the emergency alert system serving the Chicago metropolitan area. During this period, many radio stations will remain on the air broadcasting news and official information for their assigned areas. This is not a test. Important instructions will follow. Nuclear exchanges have escalated. Thousands of nuclear weapons will impact the United States within the next 15 to 30 minutes. Hundreds of launches of submarine-launched ballistic missiles have been detected and will impact the United States shortly. Coastal targets have about 90 seconds until impact, and inland targets have about 7 minutes. Seek shelter now. Go to the innermost room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Stay inside. Do not exit your shelter for 2 weeks. Radiation is lethal. Due to the extremely high number of inbound nuclear missiles, it is impossible to list all of the projected trajectories of the missiles. However, those near key military installations such as air bases, military bases, naval bases, missile silos, and command and control centers should assume imminent danger from submarine-launched ballistic missiles within the next 1 to 6 minutes. Seek shelter immediately. Do not assume you are safe. Those not near military sites have more time before missiles impact, but should also not assume they are safe and should seek shelter immediately. Likely secondary targets include most cities with a population over 25,000, all airports served by major airlines, oil refineries, oil storage depots, large natural gas compressors, rail yards, logs and dams, ports, research laboratories, large factories, particularly those manufacturing chemicals, cement, steel, electronics, machinery or weaponry, power stations, some major bridges, and nuclear storage and waste sites. All persons near such sites should assume imminent danger from nuclear warheads and should seek immediate shelter. Those located in rural areas will have more time to gather supplies, but must also seek immediate shelter to prevent exposure to radioactive fallout. Fallout will be deadly throughout almost all of the country, so no place in the United States is safer than any other. Do not attempt to evacuate, stay inside and seek cover immediately. We will now repeat important instructions. Seek shelter immediately. Get to the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Get under a piece of heavy furniture. If caught in the open, lie down. Cover your head and neck with your hands. Do not look at the flash. Gather enough supplies to last for 2 weeks or more. Do not exit your shelter for at least 2 weeks to avoid fallout. Fallout is deadly. Do not go outside. Seek shelter immediately. Do not attempt to evacuate. Seek shelter immediately.
I think it's over me the key code. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Summer day, lightning neck when the candy rain. Call your name when you look at me. Superstition and I'm missing with my luck and play. So high, so dynamite. Come and give it to me, baby, you know what I like. I can't live in a shiny world. Like no shoes, Sean I'm hot. I think it's over me the key code. So hot. I think it's over me the key code. Give it to me.
Shattered windows have been reported as far as Woolwich following the attack on central London. It's unknown where exactly was hit, but everything in central London appears to be destroyed underneath a rising mushroom cloud and a red and orange glow of fire. Further out, sporadic fires are spreading and debris is everywhere. Chaos and looting have spread into the streets as millions scramble to leave the city or seek shelter, and traffic on the M25 and inner city trunk routes not destroyed has come to a virtual standstill. Many electronics and cars have been rendered inoperative following the detonation. It's not known whether or not more detonations.
New York City has descended into total chaos following the attacks of what we think is Washington, D.C., and many other places up and down the East Coast. The flashes from the attacks on D.C. alone could reportedly be seen for hundreds of miles. With all the other bombs going off, it looked as though 8 new suns had appeared. It's total chaos as millions rush for cover or try to leave New York, but the roads are so crowded you can't drive anywhere. We're trapped on Interstate 95, so we'll continue bringing you updates for as long as we can. The emergency alert system said that coastal targets will be bombed any minute now, or should have been already. There's no way they'd spare a place as big as New York. How big are these explosions? There's looting and violence everywhere. It's like a war zone and nothing.
More updates on local traffic conditions are available. The Kennedy, Eisenhower, Dan Ryan Stevenson, Ronald Reagan, and Obama expressways are at a complete standstill. The Edens Expressway is averaging just 4 miles per hour, but the Edens Spur is still moving if you can access it. The Jane Addams Expressway, east of the Route 53 and 290 junction, is unusable due to numerous pileups at the interchange. Route 53, 390, and 394 are all experiencing heavy backups at Lake Cook Road, US 20, and Route 1, respectively. Chicago. Is that really realistic?
It's more realistic surviving inside than on the freeway. If you survive the building collapsing on top of you, you might be able to dig yourself out of the rubble and then run away from the firestorm that will start upon detonation. For many miles from each detonation, the temperature will rise to about 1400 degrees after the blast, and all the oxygen will be depleted within about 30 minutes. I mean, it won't save most people in the cities, but getting underground still gives you the odds. I guess you could consider it a choice between melted eyeballs or buried alive.
Jesus Christ, did we get far enough away?
Depends. Where are you?
Town line north.
You'll probably live.
So where are the nukes going to land?
Chicago, right? Definitely downtown on the loop. O'Hare and Midway Airport for sure. Probably a 5-megaton bomb over downtown, which will destroy pretty much everything within city limits. Great Lakes Naval Station in North Chicago. Calumet City, since they have a steel mill in their yards. Arlington Heights, more Schaumburg probably. Can't forget from the lab next to Aurora. And Argonne National Laboratory, right Downers Grove. The refineries and nuclear plants in Joliet and Cherokee. Power plants in Zion and the Wisconsin border. All the ports and steel mills and oil refineries in Gary and along Lake Michigan. Chicago Executive Airport in Wheeling. Northwestern University in Evanston. So basically, most places in the area.
Interesting. Well, thank you for joining us, WR Longer. We'll continue covering this crisis for as long as possible. We've just received confirmation that New York City has been destroyed and millions fear for their loved ones as London, Paris, and Rome have been wiped off the map by Russian nuclear strikes. Moscow, Beijing, and Shanghai have also been
This is an attack warning. Attack warning means that an actual attack against this country has been detected and that protective action should be taken immediately. Do not turn off your device. We will now read a message from the President or his designated representative. Stay tuned. The President or his designated representative is unavailable at this time. Seek shelter immediately. Nuclear detonations at military targets are in progress. Seek immediate shelter. All citizens in the continental United States should assume imminent danger from nuclear explosions and radioactive fallout. It is too late to evacuate high-risk areas, and attempts to do so will be unsuccessful and put you and those around you at risk. Pull your vehicle over to the side of the road and seek shelter in the nearest sturdy building, behind a concrete wall, or in a ditch. If caught outside, lie down. Do not exit your shelter for 2 weeks or more unless an all clear is given. The full extent of the ongoing nuclear exchange is unknown, but is in the thousands of warheads. Do not expect rescue or firefighting efforts after the attack. Ensure you have enough supplies for the foreseeable future, as aid will not be distributed to survivors after the attack. Stay where you are. If you leave, your home may be confiscated by local authorities to house refugees, and authorities in other locales will not help you with food, water, or accommodations. Seek shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. If you are near a major industrial area, military base, airport, seaport, command and control center, oil refinery, or city with a population over 25,000, you are at elevated risk of attack and should assume imminent danger from nuclear warheads. Do not look at the flash. Remember the four effects of a nuclear explosion: flash, heat, blast, and fallout. The flash will cause temporary or permanent blindness to those who look at it. A searing wave of heat will set fire to flammable materials for many miles around each detonation. To avoid it, stay inside away from windows. A blast wave will destroy structures and send debris flying with high winds. Fallout will cause radiation sickness and death to those caught without adequate shelter following the blast. To avoid fallout, put as much distance and material between you and the outside world as possible and stay in your shelter for at least 2 weeks. This is the emergency alert system serving
anyone searching for food, water, loved ones, or medical care. Radioactivity levels will be extremely dangerous. If anyone dies while in your shelter, you should wrap the body in plastic, garbage bags, sheets, or blankets, and store them somewhere else. Do not go outside to bury them. Stay away from windows, doors, and outside walls. Put chlorine or other disinfectants in your water supply to prevent illness. Use fresh foods first and canned or preserved foods later.
We have to interrupt you there. We have warned that missiles have struck many cities throughout the country, including Boston, Philadelphia, Houston, and even many small cities like Paducah, Kentucky, Green Bay, Wisconsin, and seemingly in the middle of nowhere. Why are there 3 suns in the distance? Hurricane chaos has overtaken Chicago as the threat of nuclear war moves very, very fast. Sirens have been activated and have sent most people deeper into panic. On many roads, people are abandoning their cars in the middle of the roads and are trying to seek shelter or leave the city on foot, tracking everyone behind them. We've landed just off the Tri-State Tollway, and we ourselves going to take cover, assuming we don't get mauled by panicked drivers and crowds.
Yes. This is the emergency alert system. This is not a test. Local authorities have issued a civil danger warning for your local area. Nuclear strikes are expected shortly. The extent of the damage and casualties is unknown, but it is estimated between 30 and 50 warheads will strike the Chicago and Milwaukee metropolitan area shortly. Seek shelter immediately. Do not drive on roads. Take cover in a sturdy structure, preferably an underground structure such as a basement, fallout shelter, traffic tunnel, subway system, or underground parking garage. Do not look at the flash. Cover your head and neck with your hands to avoid injury. Seek immediate shelter. This is not